Habibti, come close, come close, come close. I'm in no way saying that these women cannot get married or this woman cannot find a life partner. Beauty lies in the hands of the beholder. There is men out there that can love these type of women. But if you are out there and you know that these characteristics come to you and you are the one that have these characteristics, then you need to tone it down a little bit, because these are the type of women that even the Prophet said to avoid marrying. 5 type of women that Muslim men should avoid. Name them in my own way, but there are Arabic terms for these women. She's termed as Hanana, okay? And Hanana woman is a type of woman that regrets her past life. Anything happens in her marriage or anything happens in her love life, she'll start remembering what was past. She'll start remembering what she had with other exes. She'll start remembering her past life. These type of words, I could have done better. I would have done better. Habibti, you need to stop. These are the type of words that really can make a man's ego very sour, and you do not want to go onto these terms. All right. She even goes a little bit further by thinking about her ex-husband if she has gotten married in a previous marriage. If she had an ex-fiance, if she had an ex-boyfriend, she starts thinking about them. She starts thinking about the qualities of these men, and she starts comparing these men with her present man. And this man will really think you should have been with that man. These type of characteristics are prominent in every woman, all right? You can get them in small quantities in every woman. But if there is a lot, then there is a need for you to jump the broom, clear the room, escape, look for an escape door and run as fast as you can. Young. Second type of woman is a complaining woman. The Arabic term is termed anana. She's a complaining woman. She's always complaining. She's always finding faults. She's always thinking about what to complain. She's always looking for reasons to complain. Always a danger to the man. She will bring an end to her husband. All right, so if you're a man and you're watching this video, always check for this type of habits, because they do kind of show in the courtship phase, where she feels like you are never enough for her. You can never be enough. She'll always utter the terms, you will never do this for me. You are always like this for me. So these are the type of words that you can see. I must say, because there's a lot of ladies on my channel, there's a lot of ladies that watch my channels, I have to say, ladies, Habibtis, it's the thoughts that count at the end of the day. We are all guilty of these characteristics. And but at the end of the day, let it not be too much. All right, tone it down a little bit. You can't be complaining all the time. You need to be thankful. You need to be grateful for the little things that he does. All right. And for the men, if you do kind of sense that there's a lot of this habit in a woman, then she is the type of woman that you need to avoid. Always complaining, nothing is enough for her. Whatever you do, you give her 1 rose, she wanted 20 roses. Okay. I mean, what will you do with 20 roses? Like 1 rose is a thought that counts at the end of the day, and we as women should be grateful for this. All right. The third type of woman is a woman that always adorns herself. A woman that is always putting on makeup, all right? She is always putting on makeup and trying to adorn herself, not for her husband, but for the outside world. It's either she's adorning herself for her friends. It's either she's adorning herself to go to parties. It's either she's adorning herself just for the society to think that, oh, she's young, she's beautiful, she's all that. But she's never ever adorning herself for her husband. Now, this type of woman in Arabic, she is called baraka, all right? She's a baraka. So these type of women are very dangerous. At the end of the day, a man wants to stay away from this type of woman because it is the apple of the eye. Okay, a woman should be the apple of the eye for her husband. You should be adorning yourself for your husband. It is the most awfulest thing to have for a man. A woman that adorns herself for parties but not for her man. When it's night time, she doesn't even have makeup on. She's not even celebrating, putting on makeup and being beautiful, adorning herself for her man. It's even said that these type of women are the type of women that some men don't even know the type of clothes they wear. They just see them on new dresses, on new clothes. They didn't even buy these clothes. They have never seen these clothes in the closet. This reminds me of the woman in my old community. All right. Let me say, what can I say? These women, I am telling you, they always have like a two-face to them. There is a face that you see that she's at home, she has another clothing on, and there is another face that you see when she's in party. She's a totally different woman from the woman you meet when you go to her house. Now, I would love to say that some of us are also guilty of this. Some women don't even adorn themselves at all right? But the ones that do adorn themselves, when they go out, then they make the effort, they take the effort to look for the dresses, they take the effort to look for the clothes just to go outside, but they don't make the extra efforts indoors. He's always coming in and meeting you in your PJs, all right? This type of woman a men should avoid. And I don't even know how you can detect this habit in the courtship phase. But try your best, try your best. This is me delivering what I promised to the men in the comment section. If you have not watched my video on 4 types of men to avoid, then please go ahead and watch it after this one. The 4th type of woman on our list is a comparator. All right, a comparator. If that's a word, I really need to find a word for this woman. She's always comparing herself. She's always comparing her life. She's always comparing her livelihood, her man's livelihood. She's always comparing her kids with other kids. She's always comparing the stuffs in her house with other people's stuff in the house. The Arabic term for this type of woman is hadaqa. All right, she's hadaqa. This type of woman is always complaining. If she goes visiting the neighbor and the neighbor have a new car, she will come to you and she will demand a new car. We call this type of woman a worldly type of woman. Whatever she sees, she wants. Whatever indulges of this dunya she sees, she wants. Whether it's clothes, whether it's money, financial stuff, whether it's physical stuff, whether it's just things around the house. My house, the neighbor's house is big. We should also make our house big. This type of woman is a downfall to a man's financial position, because you always buying, you always be comparing, and she's never satisfied. Ladies, we love good things, we love beautiful things, but then when it exceeds the limits of the normal, where you are wanting more things and you are comparing things, you are ungrateful. You're downfall to some men out there. All right, they buy it, and let me tell you something. Just when you feel that she's a princess, and then you are spoiling her and you think it's going to be over, it's never going to be over. All right, you are in for a shock. In Islam, there's lowering your gaze when it comes to zina. Yeah, don't look at other men, don't do this to other men. There is also lowering your gaze when it comes to worldly stuff. All right, you wanting things, you're always wanting things, you are up for grabs, you're always looking for something to want. All right, you're always comparing. When you go to someone's house and they have a new dining suit, or she has a new bag, or she has something good, you are always comparing, you're always needing things. All right, and my advice to some men out there that sometimes you don't want to be locked and loaded with this type of woman, you don't want to be in a corner with this type of woman. All right, my advice to the men out there and the women out there is, please, if you want to get married, you need to get married. You must look at financial status also when you're wanting to get married. All right, you cannot tell me that you want to get married to a woman that has a whole villa to herself, and you want to go put her in a 1-bedroom apartment and you expect her to be fine with it. She's never ever going to be fine with it. This type of woman has been spoiled. The rest of her life, she has been spoiled by her parents. She has been spoiled by herself, okay? My independent woman out there, she has been spoiled by herself. And you are marrying her and you want to put her in a studio apartment. She's never going to allow you. She is never, ever going to allow you. She was driving a type of car and then you want to walk her to the bus. I don't think that's going to be a match made in heaven. That's just going to be trouble for you. So when you want to get married, please, I oblige you to please look at the financial status and stick to your financial status also. Now I know, okay, disclaimer here, some women are not like that. There are women out there who are rich and will settle down for men that are below the financial status, and they'll be fine with it. Alhamdulillah, shukr. There are women out there, but I'm just saying for the majority of the women, some women will not accept it. Never. The 5th type of woman on my list, she is called the author of books. Now this name is very funny. Even when I was naming her, you guys know I named the type of characteristics here. I even named the man. All right, now we're naming the woman. Okay, the 5th type of woman, she's called the author of books. Now you guys can tell me in the comment section where this came from before I even tell you guys. Come on, we need the stuff. What is the meaning of this name? I am waiting. Yes, you comment down below. We're looking at you. Yes. Okay, the author of books, she's called Ashadaqa. Ashadaqa is a communicator that never ends. Communication that never ends at all. She's always talking. She's always beating you to it. You understand? You never get in a word in a conversation. Now, I know I always practice and I always say in my channel, I say that communication is key. Always find a way to communicate in your relationship, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to communication. Because a lot of divorces and a lot of fights that come into marriages and a lot of conflicts are all, if you see it, it was misunderstanding. There was no right communication. It's either the female did not know how to communicate or the male did not know how to communicate. But this type of woman, she is always blabbing. You write her a message, she's writing you a storybook, blah 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 blah. This type of woman you can identify in the courtship phase, because she's always talking. Now, you guys will come out for me, but mostly corporate women are always like that. All the corporate women, all my independent women, you need to slow down. We all know your goals. We all know where you want to become. We all know how many figures you want to earn. But when you're meeting a man, you need to slow it down a little bit. Remember, he's your Rijal. He's supposed to be the leader after all. He's supposed to lead the communication. Unless you feel like on his part, he's lacking, then you can initiate it. But when you're initiating it, make sure that your words remain on a scale of 2 to 3. All right? He says 3 words, you say 2. Can never be 5 to 3. All right? You should never be above a man. You should never communicate too much more than a man. All right? You should always be low. All right? A man wants a woman that blabs, Mariam. You need to make sure that you're the type of woman that you modest. All right? Why do you think we say haya? A woman needs to have haya. These are the type of ways you need to have haya. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be communicating in your marriage. Don't go overboard and take the haya to a new level. You need to make sure that you are communicating, but your communication is not going above his. All right? He needs to be responding to you. It needs to be reciprocal. It's a rocking boat. All right, Habibtis, this brings us to the end of our video. All right, what I want to say is that what you can take from this video is that Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made marriage. God has made marriage a beautiful thing. If you find the right partner, marriage is beautiful. It's a marital bliss, as they say it. But if you find the wrong partner, it's Jahannam, hell on earth. Okay, wrong partners, hell on earth, and you do not want to be in that circle. So what I would oblige you today, what you can take from this video is that give yourself the rights, give yourself a way of expansion, give yourself an opportunity where you can experience a beautiful thing called marriage by picking the right partner. Do not make a decision of marriage without consolidating with your heart, without also finding out about that person. You are also saving yourself and the person you're getting married to, because at the end of the day, if a marriage breaks, both parties get harmed. Both parties are harmed. So give yourself that opportunity to actually decide and be sure, make sure you are involving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also in your decisions. And the elders. I know the millennium, the Gen Zs, they don't want to involve the elders in anything that they do. And at the end of the day, no matter how many characteristics I talk about, a man that you should avoid, a woman that you should avoid, it all boils down to the person that can give you the peace, the sakina. We are all looking for that. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for us. Someone that gives you mawaddatan, someone that gives you that peace. All right? If the communicator, the author is the person that gives you the peace, alhamdulillah, you go with it. That's all from me for today. See you next time. Bye.